Hey, what's up guys, Totallydubbed here, and today I'm doing a video review on the Ultimate Ears Boom 3. Now this is a Bluetooth only speaker that can be found for around £130 in the UK, whilst in the US it can be found for around $150. Now if you're wondering why there's a nice, should I say purple pink coloured speaker on the side, that's because it's its bigger sibling, the Mega Boom 3, which can be found for around £170 in the UK, whilst in the US it's around $200. Now the Boom 3 is a wireless Bluetooth speaker only. Now I said that already simply because I want to emphasize its difference between the Blast. Ultimate Ears' other speaker, the Blast, is a smart speaker. In other words, it has wireless aka Wi-Fi functionalities, which enables Amazon Alexa. This, on the other hand, does not. Now you might be wondering, why would Ultimate Ears bring out the Boom 3 when they have the Blast currently out there? And given that the Blast and Boom 3 have almost the same sonic characteristics, it's slightly baffling. Well, I'll tell you quite simply the differences in this video, and they're pretty much clear cut. I'll quickly talk about them before talking about the product itself. The one thing that you want to notice is the magic button, then also the fact that the Boom 3 floats, and the fact that the Blast has Amazon Alexa. That, in a nutshell, is the differences between the two speakers. Now let's get on with the Boom 3, and I'll come to my sound quality section and compare it to the Mega Boom 3 as well in a little sound demo comparison that I have. Now, the Mega Boom 3 has a few design changes over its predecessor, the Boom 2. First of all, it's its mesh design. It's a lot sleeker. It's got a two-tone look. It's also got a little sort of mesh fabric hook at the top, which looks beautiful and also serves a purpose, so you can hang it up on a wall or along a tree. The reason behind that is because Ultimate Ears have got rid of that little D-ring that you had at the bottom. The D-ring in the past was used in order to hang it up, or was to remove it and also enable the power-up charging port. However, this, on the other hand, is built in, so you don't have to change the little D-ring. It is fully compatible with the charging port. The charging dock, shall I say, the power up, is around £35 extra. You don't need that, but it allows the speaker to be very easily charged without having to faff around with any cables. Of course, the power up charger needs to be plugged in, so you're not exactly eliminating cables. Now at the back, if you want to charge the device, there's a micro USB port which can be found on the flap. The micro USB port does take a little while to charge. I think around 2 hours or so is how long you expect it to charge from 0 to full. Battery life of this speaker is around 15 hours. It's give or take, it depends on how much you interact with the speaker itself and the volume that you play out, but expect around 15 hours. Now the speaker has a very distinctive plus and minus, as does all of the Ultimate Ears speaker line. This is just a volume adjustment. At the top you've got a play pause button, which is this little button over here, but this also doubles up as a next button. If you double tap it, it will change the song. However, there's no functionalities to go previous, which seems to be a little bit odd, but nevertheless, that's what Ultimate Ears have decided. Now this magic button, which I talked about, and yes, it is called the magic button, I'm not making that up, is to access playlists. Now you might be wondering why. Well, simply put, when you pair this up to the Ultimate Ears app, you will have access to Deezer Premium and Apple Music. Now those two services obviously are paid for. You will need subscriptions unless you have a trial for them, but once you've set that up, or if you have that already, then you'll enable a one-touch access to your playlist without faffing around with your phone. It's quite cool. It kind of eliminates the need of looking for a playlist on your phone, but at the same time it also does mean that you do need those services. So in my case, where I'm using Amazon Music, I can't actually benefit from that. That said, Ultimate Ears have promised to have more services coming up in the future, so do bear that in mind, that at the time of making the video, those are the two services. Now, the speaker doesn't have any 3.5mm jack, however it does pair up via Bluetooth. Unfortunately, it's only using the SBC codec, so you're not going to benefit from aptX codec, which is slightly a shame given the premium of the speaker and given the fact that cheaper speakers have aptX codec in them. I'd have liked that scene included, but it's not the end of the world that it isn't. Now, other than that, I want to talk about its sound quality, which is obviously the most important factor in any sort of speaker talk or whatever it might be. Now, the sound quality of the speaker hasn't changed since the Boom 2. So if you have a Boom 2, you were expecting a sound quality bump, well, you're not going to get it with this. You'll get it with a bigger speaker like the Mega Boom 3, which, on the other hand, has changed drivers since the original Mega Boom. So the Boom 3 uses the same drivers and also pretty much shares the same drivers as the Ultimate Ears Blast as well. In terms of frequency response, you're going to have a cutoff at around 90 Hertz. In other words, that sub-bass, low-end sub-bass extension that you'd want is never going to happen with this speaker. The bigger brother, the Mega Boom 3, extends down to 60 Hertz, which is still a cutoff, but it's more noticeable on the Boom 3. In terms of mid-bass, you got a little bit of a wobbly sort of uncontrolled mid-bass, but you've got plenty of impact, and in other words, you're going to get a lot of enjoyment from the speaker. This does leak into the mids, and therefore creating a slight V-shaped sound signature, in other words, a warm-ish sound signature, which makes it sound fun, but not quite analytical. So if you do listen to a lot of vocal tracks or ones that are very demanding in terms of the mid-range, then you might find yourself a little bit disappointed. That said, no other speaker I've come across at around the same price range does a great job in the mid-range response. Now, in terms of the upper mids and the treble, in terms of the highs, you get a decent extension, a nice sort of sparkle. However, you don't get that fantastic high-end extension that you'd get in a super premium £300 plus speaker. Still, again, for its price, it's absolutely acceptable. The biggest thing for me over here in terms of sound quality is its 360 degree sound. No matter where you position the speaker or how you position the speaker and where you position the speaker around the room, you're going to get a fantastic sound. That means that everyone in the room can enjoy a fantastic experience, and also in terms of the instrument separation and the sort of depth you get with that sort of 360 degree sort of driver configuration means that it's just a little bit more engaging than a front-facing forward unidirectional, anyway, forward-facing straight line directional speaker. Now, in order to show you the differences between the Mega Boom 3 and the Boom 3, I'm going to play some music via copyright-free music. I'll link that down in the description below. So I'm just going to play it first on the Boom 3.
Yeah, so baby, don't lose control. I'm focused on you, baby. Lady, you in my name. I've been reaching out for you, still that's so far away. Looking through the smoke in the mirror. Crazy how I see you so clear.
Now, it's copyright-free music, so you have to bear that in mind. Now I'm just going to switch over to the Mega Boom 3, and hopefully it pairs up pretty quickly, which normally it does. There we go, it's paired up. And now, just try and listen out to that bass sort of tones.
And how you make me smile, and how you make me smile, oh yeah. Still that's so far away, looking through the smoke in the mirror. Crazy how I see you so clear, crazy how I see you so clear. And how you make me smile, and
So I know that's a really short demo, and the limitation of this camera, it's not going to pick up the best sub-bass frequencies anyway, but hopefully you're able to hear in the video that the sub-bass tones on this Mega Boom 3 is a lot better than the Boom 3. Not to say the Boom 3 is bad, especially for its size and in terms of for its price, but you can hear the difference between the two. So if you've got the space and you want something bigger, then I'll definitely suggest the Mega Boom 3, especially if you've got a bigger budget, but still, the Boom 3 is a great sounding speaker. So overall, what do I think of the speaker? It's great in terms of its overall sound frequencies. But there's one feature that I haven't talked about, which is its headline selling feature, at least in my opinion, and that's the fact that this little thing can float in water. It's IP67 rated, which means it'll survive submerged in water for up to 30 minutes at a depth of 1 meter, but the fact that this can float means that you can throw it in the pool, throw it in your bath, and it will simply float. That's really cool, and it will still play music at the same time. It's among the only speakers alongside the Mega Boom 3 that actually float in water. The Wonder Boom, which is a small sort of like circular shaped speaker, also floated. So it's really cool to see the Boom 3 also adopt that. And for that reason, I definitely recommend the Boom 3. It's got all the right characteristics, the nice styling and everything like that, and it pairs up pretty well. Overall, I really love the speaker. The only thing is over here is that if you want Amazon Alexa, I would suggest the Blast. The Blast does not float on the speaker, but is also IP67 rated, or at least waterproof. So there we go, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this review. I've tried to keep it as short as possible. Let me know in the comments below if you've got any questions. Make sure you give it a like, comment, subscribe, favourite and share and all that good stuff. Alright guys, I've been Totally Dubbed. Take care and bye bye.